accurate color tinting of these buttons. I kind of like the gray. I might be the only one that really likes the gray. The reason I like the gray is basically it reminds me of Space Quest. Sort of the old Sierra adventure games. To demonstrate what I mean, I'm going to say it looks a bit like Space Quest 4. It kind of has it looking a little bit like, where's the, here, them. I like these. I like those. That kind of color scheme. That was my thinking there. I like it. Alright, so let's get back over here. Alright, so yeah, this was right. I'm going to kind of fix these up. Also, I have this thing broadcasting in the background. That's unprofessional, James. Let's just go fix that. If I can find where. There we go. So yeah, let's close that down. Okay. Let's go back to what I was doing. Also, going to turn sound off, so that's not always going in the background. Okay, so this is all right. I'm going to leave that as it is. This screen, I'm just going to unify these colors a little bit first off. So let's go into here, and I'm just going to change the color of this. I'm actually going to revert it back to the prefab, so they're all the same. Okay. Cool. Alright, so how about I start by starting again and finding the first thing that I want to fix. Some of the visuals I want to change. I'm probably going to have to actually finish one of the games for that. So, oh, something crashed. It recovered. Okay. Alright. So let's just finish this. Okay. Alright, so these obviously need to change, so I should probably, and these up here need to change, so I should probably have a look at that. So let's do them first. So I'm going to start maybe by doing my mission prefabs here. Okay, so let's grab this one. And actually, I'm going to drag in a prefab one to edit, so I don't. Because you know, if you start messing around with prefabs with things that are changed, and you hit apply, then it can kind of go and kind of propagate those through to other things you don't want. So normally when I'm messing with a prefab, I just kind of grab one into the scene, an empty one, edit that, so I know I haven't made any changes to it that's going to get pushed to any other instances of it. All right, so this thing has two kind of views. That's when it's you've completed the mission and you can kind of rush it. This is when you're just there looking at it. And you need to finish it, how much time's remaining and stuff like that. So let's start off with maybe this one. So we'll look at this. So I'm not that much of a graphic designer, but I'll try my best to make it so this thing looks okay. Okay. So I want to kind of change this. So first off, let's look at the background. I want to get rid of that crappy yellow thing. So I want to see what else I've got. So I have a bunch of these. Also, I've got this one again. I need to stop that. Okay, let's go back here. So I've got a bunch of these backgrounds, which are pre-tinted from a pack that I bought, which is kind of useless. Like just let me tint it myself. Grey is fine. But I have made another background, which was this button background, which kind of looks like that. It looks about the same, but you can see the border is actually slightly different there. I was thinking for this, this probably shouldn't look like a button. This thing needs to look like some kind of panel, so I might, let's go have a look at some of the background here. I mean, I can use, I don't really like the little dots in the corner. I guess I'll have a look at some of the screenshots that came with this pack, actually, because that could give me a good idea on how I can use them. So that's in-game assets, sprites, this retro here, and this should have some, let's open Don't open. Alright, let's open this. Come on, PNG. Yeah, you. So you can see how they kind of got the buttons there. They have this idea of icon on the right. It's not doing that much for me. What else we got? Got this kind of recess. That might be a good way to do it. I could do something with that. So maybe I could make it so the prize amount looks kind of recessed into a panel. A little bit like how these question marks are. All right, I think that's going to work okay. So let's go back to here. So this I want to make look recessed. I want to change the background. So in here somewhere there's going to be kind of like the hole. Okay, so these are what they're using for the holes. I don't have a good panel. I might have to go into Photoshop and mess with this a bit. So what's a good one I can screw with? See, there's all these buttons in here, which again, they could just be white and tinted, but to pad out the numbers of things they could say they have in the pack, they just colored them manually. Let's go back here. I could try it with the little widgets in the end, but I don't really like that so much. So maybe I'll just grab... Alright. Okay, so I'm going to keep my button background. I'm going to pick a different color. I'm not sure what color. You can be closed. You can be closed. I don't know. I'll pick one. It's going to be on different color backgrounds. No. I mean, I could... I don't know. Suckers. There we go. Pink. No, not pink. Maybe we might... I mean, I don't really like grey. I might just pick one at random for now. I might just, because I can't like blue, I'm going to go with that for the moment. And I'll fiddle around with some of the other stuff. So I've also got the reward background. So right now that's using that, but I'm actually going to change you to whole. I'm going to turn off gizmos so I can... didn't really work. I wanted to try and turn off the border so I could get a better look at it. Alright, well first off, this sprite needs to be fixed up because it's going to be shit. It's not going to be sliced or anything like that, so let's slice that. So that's using the whole 3. Let's, where are you? Edit the sprite. And it's a bit bigger. Out of the way. I want to turn this into a slice sprite, so pull you up there, you there, you there, you there. Let's apply that. Okay. Now I can go back to my mission slot and let's grab the background and change you. You already are sliced. Though you set to button, yeah, make you point so it gets all pixely. And I might actually, to get a better look of what it's going to look like in game, I'm just going to drag it, just to the center of the screen. Let's grab you here. It's just going to be a little easier to see how it's looking because there's all these kind of widgety things that are in front of it which are making it a little hard to style. This is looking not great. This is why James shouldn't art, but I'll do the best I can. That recess isn't looking very recessed at all. If I look at the source again, let's go back. Game. Assets. That's right. You. I'll look at one of these again. So that one's kind of blue. Which I could probably go with. The black doesn't really work so well. Is there a... what's that blue one in here somewhere? They're all where? I wonder what this blue one is. Alright. Can't seem to find that. I could change the opacity. See what that does. It might make it look alright. Also, don't tint it. Let's get rid of it. Let's dump down the opacity a bit. Still doesn't really look like a recess. Also, it's being still kind of stretched, which shouldn't be, because I said it's sliced. I don't know why it's looking a little stretched on the side. Unless it's actually just double pixeled in there, which it could be. Lowering the opacity seems okay. I don't hate that. Alright, I also can't really see the pixels on the border of this background, so I'm going to change the pixel size up a little bit so it's a bit more visible. I should probably actually try to keep this consistent. So if I look at my buttons, what are they? They have a pixel size of what? 3. Alright, well, I'll just go with that. Just to make sure they're all the same. So... mission slot, progress bar, background here, so I'll just make you 3. And also the 3. So keep them about the same. Now this reward, I'm going to try raising up a little bit as well. From the bottom. Oh. It's also not fitting in so well, so I'll just bring that out just a touch. And let's bring the icon in, up, and the value bring you across just a little bit. So that's sort of what it looks like. I've got a bit of wiggle room with this bar here as well. I can move that quite a lot. I probably should have actually kind of put it more in line with the prize, so it looks like it's almost like attached to it. So when it fills up, you get that prize. So maybe I'll just position. So I've got the reward container, and I've got my progress bar, and these two are kind of linked. So now let's have a look at the bar. I'm going to move that around a little bit. So let's bring you from the bottom up a bit. Now this, it's not working the way I thought it would. Bar. That's more like I thought it would. So that's going to kind of bring it about in line, and let's bring up the bottom just a touch. Just like that, and bring in the left a little bit. So kind of about there. It's looking okay. I'm going to change the... yeah, let's just say about there. That's okay. Alright, let's change some of the background on that bar. So this is just using the boring old fill. So the background, I can probably get away with using the button background again. Make sure that's set to 3. And the bar as well, let's change using the button background. And 3. Oh, 3. Make sure you're sliced. And also make sure the background is set to sliced. Alright, getting kind of a funny funny kind of look to it now. Let's play around with the value. So that's how it fills up. Yeah, there's some weird colours going on there. Also, I don't like that it's kind of disappearing now behind that, so I'm going to bring the bar left and the right a little bit just to kind of maybe do that. And let's change the bar colour as well. Maybe. What colour should it be? I don't mind a little bit of that colour, kind of peach. I'm going to be making some designers really sad. All right. So kind of goes fills up. For some reason there's some weirdness going on there. Let's have a look at this sprite as well. So they're both using the button background. Center point. Let's turn off bitmaps. 1. There we go. Get rid of the bitmaps. That looks better. Okay. And also, let's make you 16-bit. Don't do any weird compression shit to it. Oh, it's looking a little better. So let's have a look now at the bar. Yeah, I don't hate that. Kind of fills up, goes to there. Alright. This is still looking funny. The hole 4 is the one I believe I'm using. Or was it hole 3? That was one. Alright, well first off, let's rename this because this is sort of my slice site. I'm just going to rename that to hole. That's the only one I'm going to be using. I'm also going to say turn off MIPS and go 16-bit. Okay, still doesn't look very recessed though, which was sort of the idea of it. Let's go back and have a look here. So this has sort of got this kind of color at the bottom, and it's fairly dark at the top, where this has this weird. Alright, let's look at the sprite editor again. Yeah, I'm not quite sure where that hole is coming from. I'm going to have another look through some of those sprites. Maybe there's another one in there that I missed. So let's have a look at this reward background container again. And what else have we got? Let's see if there was another one in here. All the icons. Not really. They all look pretty much the same. Nope. Screw it. It'll do. I hate the color. I hate it so much. Let's go to good old trusty Google and see if I can find a color that I like better. So if I'm looking to try and find a color scheme, let's just do a search for images. Retro game UE bar images. Let's just see if I can at least find some colors that I like for reward. This filling up is probably pretty good. What else we got in here? Arcade. Nope, not Starcraft. Pixel. Just want some colours that I like. Boring, 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 boring. Yeah, this is riveting viewing, watching me scroll through Google image search, looking for shit to steal. Nothing's really jumping out at me. What's this? Anything good? What do we got here? I kind of like that two-tone. Actually looks kind of nice. Maybe I could do something like that. So let's go back to it. And that kind of blue. Alright, maybe I can kind of do something with this. Alright, so let's go for... I'm going to use this as a little bit of inspiration. So I'm going to go back to my progress bar. Let's make it white. And the bar is that. So let's also jump down the valley so I can see half completed. Okay, so this has a lighter color for the foreground. I actually kind of like the blue, so let's go with a... I'm looking at the background, so I want a kind of a darker color. So I'm going to go for like a kind of a bit of a, maybe about that. And then for the bar, let's pick the same color. Didn't really work. Let's go on for something quite a bit lighter. These colors don't feel right. Let's go a bit brighter. I kind of like that as a concept. The blue obviously in the background is pretty broken. In fact, I'm going to then change the background of this as well. So let's just actually make this quite I mean, no, that looks too much like a button. I mean, I can change the color of the text. So it's a bit easier to read. This has gone for quite a, kind of more around there. Let's also change the color of that font. Let's make you white. And the time remaining also. Let's make you white. It might be lost a little bit on the dark background though, if I do that. Let's have a look. So I'm just going to apply that. So that's going to go change the other ones. Though some of them are going to be kind of funny looking, I think. Oh no, they're okay. So I'm just going to do that and turn that off. Let's have a look. Okay, so let's just go crash. Ah, well, they're tinted, which kind of... Aha, that's right. There's a thing that I set which would tint these based on a setting elsewhere. Which I'm going to go remove because that was just for debugging. That is set in some of my data. It is in the... my mission tiers here. So I'm just going to get rid of this color tinting altogether. Let's get rid of that. And then let's use the errors to find out where the hell I referenced that. Yeah. So yeah, don't do that. Okay. Let's make sure I didn't miss any. I think it's all okay. All right. Let's go again. Notice also it's had a runtime error, which I should have a look at. It's okay. I mean, if I change the opacity of that, that could be interesting. It might look alright. It's definitely looking better. I am just going to... Something's gone awry here. Mission slot equals null. So, oh yes, so that's being caused by the fact I've got a stray mission slot kicking around, which isn't actually set to anything. The one I was using to test. So if I just get rid of you, that's going to make that go away. But I kind of want you for the time being, so I actually might ignore that. Because yeah, it's just this extra one or styling. So let's open up you again. Put you back in the center. Or back here. So I didn't totally hate this, but I am going to, just with that background, I'm going to lower the opacity a touch. So I kind of like a bit of a darker blue. So let's just do that. Lower that. Let's apply you again. Turn you off. And have another look. Okay. I don't hate it. This background here, the reward, I do hate. That white line there seems totally wrong. Something is just up with that. But the bar I don't mind. This needs to be moved and positioned, and the font needs changing. But I don't know. I feel like it's closer. So let's turn you back on. And what are you anchored to that's breaking you all the way out there? That's weird. Get back in the center. Get back there. There you are. This seems like I can do anything. I'm not sure why that's being... is it because it's in a table? That would be why. Let's take it out of the table. Let's just put it in the mission summary. Okay. So I'm also going to start playing around with that background for the reward, which I kind of hate. I'm also tempted to flip it. What's going on with this thing? Something very funny is going on with it. Set to sliced. Nothing's scaling it, is it? No weird scaling in there? No? Okay. I'll have a look at maybe not whole. What else? I've got these little things. I could maybe do something with that. What if I just change it to button background? Maybe I can do something with it. It does look too much like a button though. What if I... flip it? Make it any better? Maybe? I don't know. Let's bring the value across. And this also I want to anchor to the left. To the right, I mean. And let's shift this just a touch. Actually, no, let's make this go center. Alright, I'm going to change some fonts as well. So I've got this total here. Let's try. Maybe? Nope. 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 Maybe. Oh, these fonts look that great. Because I could get rid of the of and make it like that. That probably looks a little better actually. So I should look where that's being set as well. So that's going to be in the mission slot script somewhere in here. It's going to be here. So I'm going to change this to that. That's just where it's setting the progress. So it's going to look more like that. Okay, I think that's okay. Let's see how it looks when the bar is empty as well. So yeah, it's okay. And I need to change this font up here as well for the actual objective. I'm going to try the same font. That one's in here, talking to myself, but that's okay. Maybe someone will jump in. Alright, so let's change this font. What's the other one? Where were you? Lost myself. The valley. That one. Newline. That one. So let's change you to that. Something's not a number. Maybe? No, too big. That's the old one. I kind of actually don't hate that. It's quite wide though. I mean, the benefit of this one was it was very narrow. It's very thin. I'm going to try homespun. Let's give that one a go. This timer is going to struggle fitting, though it doesn't actually get that long. Let's also bring the objective. Let's anchor to the right, okay, to the top, which is good, but let's bring you in a little bit and bring you down a little. Whoop. Oh, that's right. I'm kind of used to the... Let's just do that, and then just manually lower the font size and make you go to the top. Yeah, it's going to be better. Do that. That's 31. And then the time remaining, let's change you to homespun as well. In practice, it's actually not going to be that long. The longest it's going to get is that. So I can probably bring you, I also need to bring you down a little bit as well. So you can go down there, and then just bring you down there. I might lower the opacity of that just a touch. I could probably shrink this whole thing now, actually. Get a bit of space back. Though, I need to have a look how the cooldown, how am I going for space here? Yeah, I got room. Alright, so let's grab the whole slot now. Now it's about 100, so let's bring her in. Not that much. Maybe about there. And I'm going to I just need to bring in the reward a touch. I'm going to play around that colour because I hate that colour. Okay, so let's bring in the bar a little bit. About there. And we'll bring in the reward from the right. Just a little bit. Let's bring it up from the bottom a bit. Oops. 6. Oh, 8. Okay. I'm going to change the color of that background of the reward. I don't like that background at all. Let's try changing it to button background. I'm going to experiment with something. So what if I make that quite dark? Or some kind of orangey, rewardy colour. Oh, I don't hate that. Let's unflip it. Okay, well, it's alright. You can see the pixel size also is different for this coin than everything else. I might make pixel size 3. Does it look a bit better? Oh, it's because it's made it quite small. Screw it. I'll just leave it. And let's bring up you a little bit. It's okay. I feel like it's better. I'm going to also grab the background. I'm actually going to try something else here. I'm actually going to make it black with a lower alpha. So it'll should just look nicer regardless of the color of the background. Might be a better way to go. So let's try that. I'm going to dump you quite low. Let's apply you. Turn you off. See how that looks. Alright. Die. Okay, so you see I'm running into problems here now with the time. So maybe I should make this... Okay, I just had an idea. Just had an idea. At the moment, I've got this thing split with this and then this kind of cooldown here. I'm wondering if I can kind of merge these a little more. Maybe not. Alright, let me play around this a little bit more before I do that. I'm going to push it up a little bit. And I'm going to try moving the timer actually to the left. You can anchor to the right. The top. It's a bit easier if you can see it. The top can be about there. So this might look a little better. And let's move the left over. It's a bit cramped, but it might fit better. I mean, there's room here for me to condense this a bit more. Because if I do this, I can also change you to time remaining, and then I can shift you like that. I don't like that colon. So let's just play with the spacing a little bit. So I'm going to move the objective up. And I'm going to move it to the left, like that. And I'm going to grab the time remain this. So let's grab the time remaining. Let's shift her over a little bit. And also the bar. Let's grab the left and pull you over a little bit. And so now the objective, how far do you go? To the end, good. Okay. All right, let's have a look at this. So, apply. That's how it looks. It's okay. Positioning's off center. I can see the ships behind it, so maybe I want to just raise that transparency a little. Let's see how it looks though with a different theme. So let's change it to. Got anything else unlocked? Ah, they're all locked. That's all right. Lucky I got debug mode. All right, this is probably good. Proto is probably a good test. So let's see how it looks with Proto. Okay. Yeah, like you can see the different color. It still looks okay. You can see that filled up a little bit. Time remaining 2 days. You know, like that's okay. I think I just need to change the background a little bit. So let's just change that of the whole thing. Let's just up you maybe a bit about to there. Let's have another look at that. Yeah, okay. I think that's okay. I think that's feeling alright. I think the coin reward still looks a little too much like a button. And the bar looks a little bit too much like a button because I'm using the same graphic. But I feel like it's a damn sight better than what it was. Next thing I might do is just change it so that actually the layout's right, because where you can see at the moment that's way off. So how about I change that? So I'm going to delete my... Actually, before I do that, I got distracted. I should also fix this, because this is a big crap. Alright, so you can see the sizes are the same, though it's using the fill background. So first off, let's change you. Oh no, you're using button background. That's okay, but the pixel size is different, so that should be 3, because that's my standard. So when I'm in cooldown, it kind of looks like that. Now for this, I kind of wanted to make it, okay, jump back over here, maybe a little bit like this one here, where kind of like it's like a 2-panel thing, because you can see that kind of roughly analogous to this. So I'm going to first, I guess, change the fonts to match the other ones. So let's do that first. So this, remember I was using what font? Double check that. Homespun. So let's just fix that. So let's go to objective. You should be homespun. Next mission time. Homespun. And reward should be change all these. Next mission. Okay. Alright, so I need to just change the position of these a little bit. I also need to figure out, so I've got content here. I kind of want it to share the same background though. So if I turn content back on, what I might do is this background here. I really just want to change what's inside it. So I'm going to grab the background for content, which is currently anchored to content. I want to change that to be anchored to mission slot. Let's drag you up there. Yep, it'll complain about losing the prefab, but it totally hasn't. It's just it's lying. Lies. Alright, apply that. Okay. And now I can go into my cooldown and turn it back on, and I'm going to get rid of this background here. So they're just going to share the same thing. So it's just going to flick on and off here. So I might run into some problems with the content. I'm going to have to make it a little bit smaller to make sure it doesn't go over my rush button, kind of my rush segment, where you can watch a video to get it sooner. So let's turn off content. Now I can see none of the stuff, but that's alright. I'll just go and change objective color. That should all be white. And I can also, I'm going to change the objective in case it gets too long. I'm going to say shrink content. Yeah, that's sort of what I want to do. I don't want it to wrap, but it shouldn't do that. In practice, it shouldn't do it. I do want to bring that up a little bit. Do about there. I can probably bring the font size down a little bit. Look here, 31, because this is a bigger font. So let's bring the objective down. A bit smaller anyway. Okay. I might change the color also of that to maybe green. Like I've completed it. Maybe make it green. That's alright. So now I've got my earned. I'll drag you up. So this here, I'm just going to move you across a little bit. Earned 200. And then let's get rid of next in because that's an extra font. I'm also going to make the time remaining, that was 23, and it was also slightly lower opacity. So make it 23. And I should be able to just lower the opacity of that just a little bit. Also, okay. So I've turned that off. That's what that looks like. And then cooldown looks like that. So I just want to change the hurry option, which I'll rename to rush. Avoid confusion. First off, let's change the background. I mean, I can continue using good old faithful button. Button hasn't let the team down. Kind of inlays it a little bit better. And I have here this Huey button. You also... hold on. Button background, sorry. If this whole thing is a button, that's actually not so bad. I don't hate that. I will bring it in from the right, maybe just... Let's bring it in just a touch. See how that looks. From the bottom and the top. Oh. Let's do 4. Just to kind of make it sit inside a little bit. I can probably, actually, this here, if I just turn you off entirely, maybe I can just make this thing look like a big friggin' button. Let's do that. Let's see how this looks. Alright, I need to change this font as well. Let's go with homespun. Just bring the size down a little. I'm going to also need to center this. So let's get this set up properly. Get rid of you. Keep the attract color on it. Actually no, I'll turn you off. Get rid of you. So you are anchored to UE button. Let's do that first. And then UE button is anchored to whole of nothing, but that's okay. And you're the text. Alright, let's put you on the UE button as well. And you're not anchored to anything, that's okay. So the background, this is going to screw up a little bit, but my idea here is to make sure the anchors are right for the button size. So now the button, let's change the size of you. Also put you there. And I feel like this text should actually be at the bottom. So let's center you. Well, actually push you a little bit to there. Lower you a little bit. Let's raise the icon up a little bit. I can make this a little wider as well. I've got the room for it. And then shimmy it over a touch. I can probably make this a little, let's bring it in a little bit. Okay. Let's try that. Let's see how that looks. Okay, oops. I'm also going to change, just make sure both on. So that's when it's filling up. Alright, so have a look here. So when I refresh, let's make sure the way it turns the complete text. Set progress. I just need to find where it's setting the find where it is setting the turning them on and off, basically the different bits of content. So cooldown panel here. Yeah, so I need to add in now the content panel as well, because these things are basically going to be flicked. I thought this would break, so let's have the content panel. So what I need to do is just when it's refreshing here, panel, not is rewarded. Make sure to show the correct content based on the state of the mission. Okay. And then I'll just need to wire that up. Cool. And apply that. Now none of these are actually going to be complete. So I'm just going to start it up. I'll have a look what mission I'm about to finish. And then I'll just modify the data so it's easier to finish. So look at my mission list. Oh, okay. What's happened there? I must have manually set the size for one of those, but that's okay. I need to get to that screen soon. So let's see what happens here. So, you know, they're looking alright, apart from layout's a bit shit. But one of the ones I have here, this score, 5,000 points. Let's just modify that. So it's looking at medium length missions. Score points, so I've got set to 5,000. I'm just going to change that to 500. It shouldn't be too hard to do. And we can lower it even more. Let's actually make it 80, because I can see I'm pretty close to that. Come on. Try that again. So, boom. Cool. And then I've got this. It's got the countdown, how long to next, or the rush button. So, rush, show an ad, and then, hey, I got another one. Collect 100 power-ups, that's how much longer. Okay. I am reasonably happy with that. That's okay. So let's change this back now to 5,000. And now is a good time to check some stuff in. Let's open source tree. Just because I've been messing with that prefab a bit. So let's delete you. Go away. Okay, so just do a check-in. So this is the enemy safe zone. Why are you checked out? Why are you, alright, some of these things haven't actually been changed. So look what I'm going to check in. I'm going to check in new mission, new background, versions. Yep, all looks good. So updated UE for mission widget. And we'll push that straight up. Go for it. Something, okay. Something, I just need to do a pull. There must be something up there. Come on, Source Tree. You can do it, little buddy. Yeah, there was some stuff to pull down. The stuff I was doing to get it running on iOS again. Cool. Alright, well, pull that again. Cool. And now they've got a merge, which hopefully doesn't have any conflicts. There is. Yeah, this can go with mine. Yep. Commit. And all looks good. Go for it. Okay. All safe. So the next thing I want to do now is I've got that screen, the placement of them is a bit crappy. Hold on, let it recompile everything now that I've done the merge. Make sure Nothing's broken. Okay, let's just clear you. Make sure I'm still not getting any runtime errors on hit play. They should be gone now. If not, I'll have to fix that. Yep, no more runtime errors. So I'm going to change to a different ship. Let's go. What will I change to? I am a fan of the Atari theme. Huh. Ah, they're not set up to purchase. That's why I can't select them. All right. Let's just go back to good old Astro. You're good. So first off, I'm just going to fix up this mission screen a bit, and then I'll get on to the post-mission slide-in. So let's fix that one first. So let's turn on the missions. So we can see the placement here is pretty crap. So I've got content, I've got my mission list here. For some reason that is smaller than the other ones. Just because the width is different. Well, alright, I should add a layout thing to this anyway. So none of those because it's an NGUI one. What have I got in GUI? In future I will be using Unity UI. Nope. Nope. No, it's definitely not going to be tweens. I think there's a grid. I think that's it. So we're going to say from the top center, column limit 1, cell height, bring you in. We're also going to make sure these are all the same size. I'm going to revert. There we go. Let's actually revert a lot of these to make it so. Okay. And now I'm going to assign these a slot. So let's go top to bottom. So short 1, short 2, and medium 1. Also, just while I remember, I'm going to change the time allowed for a short slot from, right now it is currently, let's bring up calculator. I want it to be about 2 hours. So 60 seconds times 60 minutes. Cool, so that's 2 hours. Okay, so that's just, it's one of the reasons you want some good data abstraction, because these missions here are all sharing this concept of mission tier, and so if I want to change, this data here of how long I have to finish them, I just change it in this one place. So like medium, you can see it's quite a lot longer because medium are 3 days, short term are 2 hours. Okay, so this layout here, so let's go back to here. So I'm going to pivot from the top left. Now that mission list is currently in the center, so let's make you there. That looks better. It's going to be sitting inside the content. So let's say your let's have a look here. Let's go top center actually. Center. We'll get this right top left. Vertical. Row limit 1. Zero. That's what I want. Sorting just use what's there. Custom. I kind of want these to. Then I want the content. So it should be changing to the size of it. Unified content. Top that looks all right. That's all right. I was going to try and, whoops, these here, I want to pivot from the center. Why are you doing that? It's being a bit of a pain. Vertical, cell width, cell height. That's alright. I'll just do it manually. Hey, there we go. That's what I wanted. Good. Alright. That's looking a bit better. So this is just going to be the panel where I put all my missions. So let's change first off the title. Oh, not you. You need to be a different font. Let's go with Upheaval. That's sort of my header font. Let's change the background away from button to so let's get rid of the tint. Don't like the purple, but let's have a look what else we got in here. This also needs to be a sliced font. A slice sprite. I could just make it a darker grey. What have I got? I don't totally hate the red. I'm kind of wondering. So first off, this red hole, whatever. This needs to be first off sliced. So let's change you. So you need to be point. You need to be. You can be fine. I don't want you to be compressed, and I don't want MIPS. Okay. I also need to change the background. You need to be sliced, but it's sliced, but I haven't actually set that up yet. So let's go back to here. I'll bring you in, and you in. I'll bring it in a little bit more. Okay. It's very pixely. Apply. I'm fairly sure pixels per unit only really applies to UE. So for just game sprites, I don't think it's actually applied. Okay, so let's go back now to my content background. You are set to sliced. Oh, I need to change, of course, to... Oh no, that's the right one. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so what I'm thinking here is I'm actually going to make it a child of not the mission list. I'm going to have this as an inlay. Then I'm going to make another one, which is the background. And you're going to use red. You. Okay. So this, again, I need to go and change this. So red 9. You are going to be a, yep, pivot's fine, point, true color, yep, apply that, bring you in, see how this looks. Apply you. Cool. So I've got this background in here now. Change you to last. And I'm going to grab that inlay, bring you forward. Well, not that far forward. And then let's bring, see how this looks. This might not actually look great, but let's try anyway. It looks kind of crap. I don't like it at all. I thought this whole thing might do okay, but nah, even flipping it doesn't really do anything. I hate it. I hate it. It's the worst. It's the worst idea ever. And go away. I might as well change you to good old button. Good old faithful. And just give you a color that I want. I don't know. What looks good? What subjective thing should I pick? Whatever. That. Okay, so I just need to now change the layout of this a little bit. So center U. Actually, no, you can go from the top. So let's bring, that's where I am there. Let's have a look at the title. So what do I want to do? Actually, let's go back to this mission list. You're set to top. What if I just go center? That's kind of, and then I set you to center. So if I adjust the content, sort of what I want. I want to kind of stay in the center. I want to bring it in a little bit. So let's grab the mission list. Let's just bring you up. You're not, oh, it's because it's anchored. So bring it up a little bit from the bottom. Let's bring the title down a little bit from the top. And then let's just kind of shrink this a little bit. It's not so bad. It's okay. It's okay. So turn you off. Let's see how that looks on here. Play. Have a look at missions. It's alright. I've got how much I'm going to get, how much time's remaining. It's all kind of there. That's got, you know, bounce 1 of 10 enemies. This is looking okay. I don't hate it. This is looking okay. So let's just go through, look a little bit more before I'm gonna keep going with Huey stuff until I can. All right, I need to fix the screen still. How's my share? Share looks okay. Little blinky button. It's okay. This layout here, and these things that slide in need to be fixed. I need to style them a little bit more like these here, and also need to center it, and that also is fixed. Needs to be fixed. All right. So I think the next thing to do, have a look at the gift reward screen. It's okay. You know, a little bouncy gift. Might want to change these fonts actually and make that button a little wider. So let's actually have a look there first. I should maybe do a font pass on some of the other things. So let's go through these one at a time. Shop. Already done that one. It's okay. Options. Again, already done. It's okay. Version number is in a different font. Do I care? Let's change it. Nope. Nope. Regular old upheaval. It's okay. Sure. Alright, so you're fine. Title, you're fine. Credits. Bunch of people. I'm gonna definitely need to change some of this. Let's extend this out. Okay, so I need to choose a new font. I'm gonna go with Homespun. I've been okay with. So let's go with Homespun. This needs to look more like a header. So I'm going to actually just drop the opacity just a touch. Oh, not on that. Yeah, let's just drop the opacity just a touch. Might actually drop it down and bring it up. Yeah, kind of a little bit like that. I'm also going to my copyright. Let's change you to Homespun. Let's bring the font size down. That's fine. While I'm here, it's been in development for a little while. Okay, so I've also got this developer prefab. So I'm going to change some of this stuff. So let's grab this. You're going to change to button background. My new button background. I'm going to make you a little bigger. So my link. Let's bring you out a little bit. Like that. Let's also change the label. I should have. Oh no, you're already homespun. So let's just bring you up a touch. My name. Let's change you to also homespun. It's so big. I'm gonna bring you down a little bit. I'm not that much of a narcissist. And I'm also going to just bring down the opacity a little bit like I've done with the artist. So let's just drop you down a little bit. That's about the same. Yeah, about there. And I'll also apply that because other prefabs can go in here. And then bring you up. So yeah, about that. And then let's bring this down. So yeah, that's sort of lining up a little bit more now with the other screens. So that one's fine. Alright, you're good. Let's look at Splash. Oh no, you're fine. Prize screen. Okay, oh, alright, I need to change a bit here. Okay. What am I going to change here? First off, ship name. You definitely need to change. Name. Nope. For you. There. I kind of wanted, I have it so on the other screen this actually goes to 2 lines. So I'm going to change to overflow. Where is, if I bring in the width, where are you width? Your resize really. Let's go resize height. Yeah, so for, yeah, that's sort of more the behavior I want it to kind of shrink down a little bit. So I'm going to bring you up a little bit. And it will, if I get rid of that, it'll, yeah, that's sort of what I want. Okay, so I need to also, God, this thing looks ugly. Astro puffs. The prize can be shifted up. Oops, sorry, not that bit. I need to grab the machine. You can just be shimmied up just a touch. Just make sure that the name, new ship name. So it's kind of, well, maybe I do just let it do that. We'll see how this goes. I can always fix it. Alright, result, you need to change. You can go to good old fashioned homespun, because I've been kind of doing that one a bit. New ship unlocked. You're anchored. So let's bring you up from the bottom. Let's increase font size just a little. And now we've got buttons. So you're using the UE share button, which is that using? It's using button background, though the pixel size needs to be changed. So let's go change that in the prefab background. You should be 3. And something looks a bit amiss there. Alright, I need to change the claim button. What are you using? What prefab are you attached to? Just UE button. Okay, so okay. So it's using claim. Yeah, this. Let's just. Can we just go with this color? And it's going to be blinky. Yeah, so it'll be blinky. Now, why is this button, the border on the share button looks so broken? What's wrong with that? Something is amiss with that. You're using button background, which is right. Okay, so this is some weird caching thing. Alright, so I now need to fix the icon here. Let's change you to coin. Also, let's not tint you. Though, because the alter, no, that's alright. Let's just do that and shift you across a little bit. Let's make you a little bigger. And I'm going to go with my font I've been using for money, which is that one. I'm going to leave it black. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Make sure all the digits fit. Though that's not very readable. That's sort of be my button font. Alright, so we'll go with... Yeah, I guess I could go homespun. Fuck it, that'll do. So let's also shift you up a little bit. Shift you in, shift you down. Alright, it's looking a little better. Okay, so that's kind of messed with. So alright, fine. Next one, gift screen. Alright, obviously something's busted here. So the back button's fine, that's all fine. Next gift in. You are going to change to... here. Let's make it a little bigger. The prize amount value. I'm going to change you. And actually, I'm going to leave that. And then the coins, gift. I actually want to mess with this button at the bottom. Collect button and continue button. Are they both anchored to? No, they're just both set to the same. Alright, so let's just grab them both. Let's just make it a little bit wider. So, just looks a bit more. Should also change the color of that. This orange I've been using. I might actually change this continue button to be green. And that's like the reward. It's got a flash on it. Alright. You don't have a flash, do you? Continue. You know, don't do that. Turn you off. Alright, so that's kind of a gift. Getting there. Game over. I need to get to dialogue. Please wait. Alright, let's change you. Your Redicon. So this is sort of my... Yep. Just like when I'm doing like purchases and things like that. So I'm going to go with you. Share. You're okay. Mission's already been in. You're okay. Okay, let's have another look. Okay, so yeah. Looking a bit better. Looking a bit better. This still needs to be fixed. Alright, so get prize. One little thing. Boom! Classic green, new ship unlocked. And I'll play again. Boom! New ship unlocked. And again. Ah. Share though. Good. Yeah. Good old classic ship. Alright, so okay. So last thing before I can just sort of finish this, at least this pass on the UE, is I want to go to my basically game over screen where this stuff looks kind of crap. And you can see I've got my call to actions here, which I need to retheme to make look a little better as well. So let's start off just by quickly fixing this button here. You just need to be moved up a little bit. Also, that white there kind of looks crap on the grey. I might quickly edit you. Zoom in. And just delete. Where are you? Delete. I just want to delete a pixel. God damn. It shows how I don't use Photoshop that often, and it comes to like really simple shit. Eraser tool. Can I just say, here we go, pencil, and can I say 1? Oh, damn it. I just want to delete a pixel. I want to erase a pixel. Fine. Why won't this work? Oh god, anyone who uses Photoshop looking at this going, what are you doing? Why is this hard? Well, I don't Photoshop, so leave me alone. I thought erase tool. Okay, here we go. Except it's not erasing that. Oh, it is. Oh, silly James. Okay, so it's actually because I've drawn on the second layer. So I'm actually just going to do it this way. So I'm going to just draw over this. So it looks more like that. Okay, save that. So if I go back here now, should re-import. There we go. So now it's taking the color of the background. It just looks a little bit better. That's all right. The share button, I feel like that sprite is too big. So I'm going to change this on the share button prefab. And let's just. Why is that not changing? Probably need to change that. Nope. Alright, fine. Can I change it here? Okay. That's alright. Alright, so just shift you around a little bit. Also, again, the background of this here. The share button. I think I need to actually just reset it. That's a weird Unity thing. Yeah, see now it's kind of been fixed. Well, weird NGUI thing anyway. And let's grab that icon and shift it just a little bit. That's not working. The prefab is not being applied, so whatever, I'll do it by hand. I don't like doing it this way, but it'll do. Okay, so at least that's a little better. So the next thing is I just want to get the placement of the missions centered properly, so let's have a look at the moment at how they are coming in. Still no one's watching, but that's okay. Someone can watch it later, maybe. Someone might care. Okay. So I'm just going to keep this simple and have it so these all just sort of come on at the same time, like one panel, whereas previously they were sort of coming in two slides. So this mission summary, on show, here, remote tweens. Okay, so these are kind of coming in. I'm just going to change this to, let's make them all come together. And let's grab weekly, put you over there. I can just get rid of you. Mission summary, just do daily. I only have one. And this table here, UI table. Change to a grid. Get rid of you. Vertical. So width doesn't really matter. Cell height. Okay. Let's bring it in. Let's go about there. Top. So 600, so it's going to come in 600 from the right. That's just to kind of offset it down. So you're fine. Title and background can both go away. That's all I care about. I'm going to rename these as well. Short 1, short 2, medium 1. I also want those centered, which they're not at the moment. So let's grab those. Cool. All right, let's just see how that looks. Let's see how the missions look. Okay. Die. Okay, so I've come in, taking a bit more room than previous, but I can kind of fiddle with that now. Oh, not that one. Height. Turn you back on. Oh, runtime, it likes to do that. Okay. I'm going to change to a different color background because it's quite difficult to see any of those at the moment. So let's just change to, let's go Astro. Okay, so I can bring that down a little. That's something to start off with. So let's just do that down to about there. And I can also, the spacing I actually don't mind. I'm gonna change these a bit. Though I'll probably end up spacing them out a little bit more. Let's just play around with it a little bit. So let's just bring that in. 105. Yeah, okay, that's alright. So I'll make you 105, and then the anchor, let's just bring it down to like about there. So that should be okay. 144, 114.7. I mean, 114.5. That's 17.5. There. And let's change the height to that. And also I'm going to change this again. So the mission summary, daily anchor, I'm just trying to get the layout of this actually better. So you're not daily, you're actually the slide offset. So that's the thing which is gonna, well, you should be 0. This is the thing which I should bring up. So I'm gonna say about there, and let's actually test that again and see how that looks. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to bring that down a little. So let's... I want to put you about there. So about 30. I can make that a little wider as well, actually. There's room for that. But let's put you there. Just double check that. Okay. Yeah, okay, it's looking better. Definitely looking better. So next thing I want to do is fix these up here. They're still the old style. And once they're done, I think I can move on to... Yeah, there's my share button. It's definitely looking better. Oh, I need a new random icon as well. I'm going to leave that for the moment. It's functional, but I definitely need to change that. Okay, I am reasonably happy with the layout of this. I just need to, yeah, okay, do those ones. And I got a bit of wiggle room. I could actually move them up a little bit as well. So, alright, I'm going to also check that in. Let's go back here. Look at that. Alright, so pass over UI, over title screen UI, and repositioned, what were they? Reposition the mission slots to be in the center of the screen. Cool. Commit. Saved. Do your thing there. Should be pushing it up. Yeah, pushed up. Okay, done. Okay, so next bit. These things which are really freaking ugly. So I'm going to grab you and I'm going to drag one to the center of the world so I can look at it. These are kind of especially ugly at the moment because they're kind of doing two things. One's a call to action and one's just like a label. Okay, let's edit it. So this shouldn't be too bad. So I'll just turn off this bit. Well, first off, let's get this. Yeah, it's looking good. I think with the background, I'm going to stick with what I've been doing with the missions. So I'll even just duplicate you and drag you in wherever I put you. Where did I put it? Oh, I missed it. Let's abort that. Where is it? Probably went straight past it. This thing. Slider. Action. That. No, not that one. This thing. Yes. Okay. You're in there. So let's go. We'll do that duplicate. Yeah. All right. Let's try that again. This time with less failing. Here. Okay. There. Okay. And also let's set the anchor to the right thing, which is you. And 0 you out. You need to be to the bottom. Targets right. There we go. So that's just sort of the new background, and I can turn that off. Get rid of you. So first thing I need to do is change the. Well, actually, just delete you. Yep. First thing I do, get rid of that one. Clean that up a little bit. In info, you need to be different font. Oh, well, even before that, you need to be a different color. You're now white. And given that I've been using... No, not you. Probably you. Though I kind of want to match the other one, so let's go with you. And maybe I'll just drop the opacity just a little bit. Just a touch. Just a teeny bit. Okay. Probably I should also save that opacity. Okay, so you're down a little bit low. Let's just shift you up a little bit. That's a little better. Okay, so that's fine. That was the easy one. Let's look at the action. First off, let's change you to homespun. and set the color to that. Let's bring in the, oops, make sure the fonts are the same size. So you're 41 and your string content, I'm going to say resize freely. And you resize freely. Let's bring you right, hold on, make sure I'm changing the right one. Let's bring you right down. So from the center, that's fine. Also, I'm hating that grey now, so you're going back to white, full color. Same with you, hating it. Okay, so I've got my call to action there, and then I have my button, which is going to change to use the ever useful button background. Also, you need to move forward. So there, forward. That's where the icon's going to go. I probably can make sure that the size is 3. This will be my standard. And then, because this thing sucks at changing, that seems to force it to refresh. Let's put the icon more center, about there. And also, let's change the height of it a little bit. So it's sort of more like that. And let's grab you. I kind of feel like you need to be more there-ish. And then, okay. Let's see how that looks. So let's apply. So you can see they're changed. They're overlapping a little bit, so they're a little bit bigger now. I need to fix this get prize button. Forward. Come on, lucky forward. Why are you not showing up? Because I was clicking the wrong thing. That was why. How about I click the right thing? Eventually. There we go. And let's bring you up a little bit. You across a little bit. And let's move the icon a touch. And up. Okay, let's see how that looks. Okay. All right, it's looking a little better. The weighting's a bit wrong. I got a bit more room. I can make the missions a little bit wider actually, and I need to increase the size of the call to action a little bit. So let's just have a look what I probably should set them to. So I have my actions. And my slots, how are they placed? Did I place them by hand? I think I did. 130, 165, alright, I did. Okay, so let's drag it down a little bit. Just something to separate them a bit, so let's go with 60. That seems to be okay. And, oops. Okay, actually I want to go the other way. So, it's going up. So let's make you 70 and 140. That spacing feels a little better. So first off, I'm just going to go make sure they're applied. Be nice if you could actually have some of these set, like save between. Not that big. How many? Save between play sessions, but it's okay. So. Play here. Alright. It's okay. Actually, the size difference, it kind of groups them a bit more. Like, I know that's different than that. So, earn coins. Why is that not firing anything? That works. Why are you broken? Alright, well, let's fix that first. Getting useful logging there. Nope. Okay. Alright, let's just have a look at that button. See if there's any weird shit going on with it. You are on click. Not doing anything. Slider action. Actions. Maybe slider list. Find out where the hell I put that method. Yeah, reload all that. On click. Play, share, leaderboard. On click, watch video. Okay, so it's just that button isn't wide up, that's all. Alright, so let's go watch video button. That it needs to talk to my game over object. So you go there. Game over, on click, watch video. Play. It's alright. I'm actually going to be adding in more content soon. I just needed to get all this shit done. So, put you up. Cool. Hey! Oh, now that's missing. Why? Why are you missing? You should be set to text. No errors happened. Alright. Let's have a look why. So that's in our watch video action label. Well, it's because I came back. Alright, so it should have turned on this. Okay, so for whatever reason, let's turn you on. Is it because I turned you off? Maybe I did something dumb like that. No, you're turned on. And okay, let's try this again. I just need to change the refresh of that video because there's actually a cooldown on the video, so you can't spam it. The ad watch period is currently 3 minutes, so let's just change you to 0, so I should be able to watch it straight away. Okay. So, okay. Watch video. Earn 20 coins. Boom. Okay, cool. Alright. I'm kind of okay with this for now. So, let's go change this back to 3 minutes. And do another check-in. Make sure the scene's saved. Good. So let's add all those. Commit. Updated UE Force game over sliders. Go. Done. Okay, that's done. So, I think at least for next UE pass, it's definitely better than what it was for my programmer UE. So the next thing I'm going to do is admire my handiwork briefly. Do I need to change that font? Nah, it's okay. I'm going to go to Astro 2600. Kind of personally my favorite set is the Atari 2600 set. They're looking okay. Time remaining blur. They're going to go down. I got 2, so you know I've got a bit of time there. I can watch video to get more. 15 coins. All that looks fine. Definitely a huge step up from where it was. So let's now have that. Cool. I can't afford anything, so the black makes it a little harder to see. But, you know, you can still see it's graying it out a little bit. But yeah, you know, 60 coins to go, time for free gift, all that jazz. It's all fine. My missions look fine. The placement when this is missing I don't like so much. I would kind of prefer it if they shift it up, but for now, that is fine. There is my death screenshot. Cool. Play again. Okay, so, next step. I need to get in more ships, so I have some. Let's go have a look what I got. I need to go to my Dropbox folder where they are currently being put. So, so much crap. So much crap. Okay. Particle effects. Themes. Stuff. Right here. Okay. Step 1. I need to make a new theme, which is the Galaga theme. So at the moment, it's going to be... Each theme has custom ships. Like custom enemies and things. At the moment, I've only got one invader. But that's alright, I'm going to be getting more of those sometime soon. So, first step, let's make a new theme. Alright. So, you can see I've already got some in here. I've got my default theme, my proto, which is sort of like the proto graphics, retro, which is kind of similar to, there we go, my theme. I set things like what the game over share is, like when you tweet it, undo that. If there's a pulse, like if it's pulsing a certain color, and here's like all the prefabs I use for when I'm instantiating and everything. So I can swap out a lot of these for different things. So if we look at my Atari's 2600, you can see it's going to have, there we go. Yeah, this is where I configure everything for my 2600 theme. So I'm going to make a new theme. Which is going to be, it's going to be Galaga inspired, but I'm not going to call it Galaga. I will call it, maybe just arcade. Let's just go with arcade. Okay, so, I'll shift around a little bit. First thing, I need two. There we go. I want to create a theme. So let's make a theme, put it here. Let's rename you to arcade. Alright. I can do things like hide the stars, change the pulse color, damage flash, number of different background colors. Let's just put in one background color of black. It'll do for now. It's not going to pulse any particular color. Game over share. I'm just going to copy from the previous one. Let's go with the default one. Default theme. Let's go with you. Okay. Game over share. Background colors 1. Invaders. Okay, so I need to have at least one invader. I might just to start off with, before I add in the other ships, I'm just going to set it to like the default stuff. So for my invaders, I'm just going to go add you. I'm just going to add in the Atari stuff for now. Mothership. Alright. Shield. Proton Invader shield, default shield. Default. Enemy shield. Let's just have a look actually what I'm using elsewhere. Have a look at default invader shield. Alright, so let's just go with that. Default invader shield. Yep. Enemy bullet. Enemy bullet. Player bullet. Power up. Container. You can see a little preview at the bottom. There's a little bit of kind of legwork setting this up. Power up marker. Coin marker. I'm actually going to go and replace a bunch of these, but I'm just going to get the coin, power up coin. Power up shield. rapid fire, power up, split shot, power up, time slow, power up, big shot. Okay, so this is just kind of like, it's all default stuff at the moment, but you know, I have a theme that's set up now. And I'm going to use this on the, because I'm going to make some new ships first, and then I'm going to kind of add in the invader after that. So I have that. All right, so let's have a look now in ships. So the way ships work is ships are broken into libraries. So I have libraries of ships. So you can see I've got a bunch of arcade style ships here, which is sort of my default, which makes me think I probably shouldn't call this arcade. So maybe I'll call this like Astroga, like not Galactica, Astrica. That'll do. It's the Astrica theme. It's not Galactica, it's Astrica. Whatever. Astrica. No one sees this. This is just internal. So I got that set up. So I now have a dumb name. So let's go make now my ship library, which is going to use that theme. See, different libraries of ships can use the same theme. So I might have a library of pet ships, like the Sloth, but you're still going to use the default theme. So I can have collections of ships and themes completely separately. So I'm going to add a new library. Astrica. New folder. Astrica. Let's chuck you in there. So now I need ships. So I need to, first off, let's look how I've done it. Basically, I've got a prefab and then some data that goes along with it. So this is Mr. Mushroom. That's a prefab that's instantiated with a little bit of kind of banking information there. And then this is sort of the data, which has to do with Mr. Mushroom, with things like what its ID is, if it's free, what's the name of the ship, if it's using a theme or not. It'll just go to the default theme if there's nothing there. If it's using a thruster, the product ID for doing the iOS purchase, and if you want to tint the model as well. So there's a few different options there. Let's first off, let's go to Cubicle. If this thing runs, this is not, all right, go away Cubicle. Let's try you again. Cubicle home. Okay, so for whatever reason, that had kind of locked up. This program is a little buggy. Okay, so let's go open first one. Let's go play ship 1. Okay, so you can see my first ship. Looks pretty cool. So I need to get this ship into the game. So to do that, I'm going to go File, Export as, what have I been using? I thought I was using FBX. Where'd it go? This might have changed. Alright, let's go Steel. I swear I was using FBX. Let's have a look at the other ones I was using. So, that's the other data. So if I just go, let's go have a look at my source. Game, assets, models, ships. Yeah, they're FBX. I'm not quite sure why FBX is not there. Export as. Boof. Okay, fine. I had a pipeline for doing this, and for whatever reason, Cubicle has decided, no, not FBX anymore. So whatever. Obj. Fine. Let's go STL. Okay. Let's see how this goes. So I need to put this inside my asset folder. So I'm going to go export as STL. Let's go. Where's my source? Source. G-space. Game assets. So I've been putting all these into this models folder, ships. So I've been basically putting them in here. So I'm just going to call this Astrica 1, and we'll just see how this imports in. So let's go here. Okay, so let's have a look at the models. Ships. And that's not useful. Alright, fine. Doesn't like that one. Doesn't like STL. Okay. How about we do a quick Google here? Find out what the hell is going on. Cubicle. Cubicle cannot export to FBX. They remove it? I don't know. Alright, let's try a different one. Export as obj. So again, we're going to put this in source. GD. Game. Assets. Models. Ships. Astrica 1. Try this again. Okay. Looks a little better. Made material. Okay, don't import this as a sprite. It's not. Also use point. Also don't compress it. Just use true color. Okay. So you're there. This also is the material. So this needs to be texture color. So you're going to be a unlit texture color. So I should have now. Can I drag this in? Will it work? No. God damn it. Oh no, it's good. No, it's fine. It's fine. This is what the prefab. It made it. It's huge, but that's okay. All right. So it's orientation. Need to spin around, but you can see that the model is there, and I got the matrix. So let's first off make a new game object. So this is going to be Astrica. And let's put you center. And minimize some of this crap. Alright, you can be child of that. So also be centered. Well, actually, I kind of got the scale right. Alright, so also I just need to rotate this. Wrong way around. Minus 90. Oop, minus 90. Okay. Ooh, it's looking kind of sexy. Cool. All right. So I now have this model. This is rotated. Scale's about right. Just normally when I'm doing this, just to kind of test the size of it and make sure I've got it about right, I just grab out Astro. So, well, Shooty used to be called. Just so I can do a size comparison. I just need to scale it so they're approximately the same size. Because with the ships, the size of the collider doesn't actually change. They're all the same. It's just kind of like a model that goes inside it. So let's just knock this down maybe 80%. And this feels a bit closer. I can probably go a little bit bigger. Doesn't have to be too crazy. Yeah, I think that's okay. So I've got Shooty. Okay, so let's get rid of you. So I also like to grab the player ship. Where are you? Actually, I'm just going to go with this for the moment. So I've got my models. I've got that in there. I might. It's getting a little messy in ships. I'm going to create. I'm just going to move this into here and just start to be a little bit more organized. I probably should be splitting these up a little more, but I'm going to import a bunch of stuff, so let's just actually put that into a subfolder. Okay, so I've got that ship there. I now need to make a prefab of this ship. So to do that, I go down to my prefabs. That's inside data. Ships, Astrica. So this is like the default one. There's going to be a few different ships in here. So I'm going to actually make a new folder. Astrica 1. And add you. So put you there and rename you. Oh no, this is the library. No, you stay there. So that's the library. Now I need to create a new ship. This one is Astro 1. I need to give it an ID. Astro 1, that'll do. It is not free. I'm going to give this a better name later. Ha! You say that. Yeah, I'm going to give it a dumb name. Because otherwise you actually never go back and change it. So that's going to use a theme. So that's going to be using the Astro theme. So it's going to use that. Now I need the ship prefab. So the way I've been doing its other ones is I've got my prefab of the ship. So that's my ship dude. You can see he's sort of sitting with some banking and stuff like that. Oh yeah, let's add some banking as well. Let's copy that component and apply it here. So where are you? Paste as new. So let's put some banking on it. So get rid of you. So where am I here? Astrica. So you can now be a prefab. So I've got my prefab. Also rename you. So I can say right. I'm not going to put a thruster on it. Yes, I will, actually. No, because I've got some sweet thrusters I can put in these ships, so let's do that as well. So let's go back now to the ships that I've got. Go back to my Dropbox folder. So I've got here player ship particles. Okay, so that's going to go in particle effects. Looks pretty good. Yep, import. Custom assets, particle effects. Cool. All right, so now I have particles as well. Okay, so I'm going to want... Let's go engine standard. All right, so let's go to... There's the model. Let's create thrusters. Okay. Create empty, left, duplicate, right. Now the way thrusters actually work here is that they are anchored. Let's gotta remember how this works. I don't know, it's been a while since I've done it. So if I grab Ray Shooty here. So if you look at this one set up, I've got thrusters and it has thruster spawn point. So let's get rid of you. Actually, let's get rid of you. Okay, so I need my thruster spawn point and thruster spawn point. Zoom in. So I want my thrusters. I'm actually just going to move you there. So left is going to be there, and I'm going to move you down. So the thrusters are going to be basically coming out there and there. That looks about right. Okay, so apply. Okay, so I've got my basic ship. I have thrusters configured. Alright, so to get those thrusters wired up, I need to create new thruster prefabs. So they're going to be here. I've got my particles, thrusters. So these are my current ones. I've got like red, magenta, one for baby, my baby small Astro. So let's see what that looks like. So this is currently the red one. That one looks fine. All I should need to do, actually, is when I'm configuring, you can be applied. Okay, let's delete you. When I'm configuring that ship, just give me my data ships here. I have thruster prefab, so that's going to be anything. So I'm going to grab the engine standard. That's the prefab. So let's just also make sure it looks alright, because it might need to be scaled up. Where are you? Can't see you. Might be really big. particle scales can be a bit funny. Nope. Alright. Stop. Simulate. I can't see you. Alright. I might mess with this later. I'm not quite sure why. Ah, hold on. Hold on. It has to do with the renderer. Yes. Sorting layer. Effects. That's normally what it is. Still can't see it. Alright, let's look at the other one. Oh, magenta thruster. Okay, so we can see that's what that one looks like. It is set to the renderer. Stop. Alright, what's going on here? Ah, fire. So it's set to effects, so that one can be seen. This one can't. So renderer. Material. Sorting layer effects. Alright, this can be a later problem. I don't really care at the moment. We'll fiddle with it later. Okay, so let's go for my Astrica. So anyway, got my ship there. Got my prefab. I've got Astrica 1. I'm going to actually just get rid of that for a moment from the prefab. Or I'll just put on... fuck it. I'll just leave it. I just want to get this thing up and showing. How does this look like, actually? That's particle ship. Smoke particle. Base particle. Alright, screw it. Stop playing with it. Just get it friggin' working. Okay. Astrica. Alright, 1 second. Okay, so I've got my ship set up. It's got a theme. Well, sorry, it's got a theme. It needs to go into a library. So lock that. Let's add you. So I've got my Astrica library. It's only got one thing in it. This library is also enabled. I'm also going to say this ship is free. And I need to go to my settings where I add all my libraries. You see I've got libraries, so let's add a new library, which is the Astrica library. So I have here are my game settings. It's a collection of libraries. I've got one ship. This ship is called Astrica 1. It has a prefab. It's got a model. That should be enough to get it in there. So let's see how this looks. Okay, go to the end. Oh, yes. Select you. Alright. My bullet ain't working. But I got a ship. I could put a lot more bank on that too. Okay, so why is bullet not working? Let's have a look at the theme. actually. Alright, so let's go have a look at Shooty. My default ship. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Shooty. All looks fine. Okay, so this was complaining about something. My bullets weren't being pulled properly. So, let's have a look here. Astro. Enemy bullet. Player bullet. It looks fine. No thrust refrab. That's fine. What does default theme look like? Oh, I might have actually added the wrong... Let's go back. Default. Okay, I added the wrong thing. Okay, so default player bullet. Default enemy bullet. Okay. Alright. Let's try that. I should hopefully get bullets now. Alright, bullets. Boom. Boom. Oh yeah. And explosion. And some coins. Boom, more coins. Okay, sweet. Alright, so that's got the basic in there now. I'm going to increase the bank on that though, because banking looks rad. So the max vertical bank, let's not fuck around. Let's make it 90. Oh, sorry, not vertical. Max horizontal bank, let's not fuck around. Let's make it 120. We'll see how that looks. Oh, yes. Good. Good. Alright. That's better. Okay. So, that's one ship in. So, the next thing I'm going to do is just put in the rest of them. The process is now a little bit faster. So, exporting as... Which one was it? I gotta remember now. Obj worked okay. So let's open 2. So we want to go export as obj into shipped Astrica. We're going to say Astrica 2. Open. Export as obj Astrica 3. Export as, oh, not that one. Let's do this properly. Open. Whoop. What's going on there? That looks like it's missing stuff. That's okay. That's right. That'll do for now. It's okay. I'll get those other 2 in. Okay, so first thing I need to set up the models. So I can go to my ships, Astrica. I've got these here, so let's move those into there. I just need to change the import settings of these to texture, be point, don't compress. And then I want to modify these to be unlit color. So I got those. Yep, you're good. So I'm going to, because these are all kind of the same, so I can see in the bottom. Yeah, they're looking good. So let's go get Astrica 1. Let's add in a couple of these. Alright, you're going to be 2. you are going to be 3. So, because I always want to keep the base stuff, because it's going to be kind of similar. So let's break the connection back to the, there. We're going to keep the thrusters, even though I'm not really using them yet. And then let's get rid of, well, I kind of want to keep the offset there. So let's drag in Astro 2, and then drag in Astro 3. And let's get the size the same. You need to go there. So you, and then let's get the rotation right, which was 90, 180. I don't need to do negative 180. So 90, 180. And 90, 180. Cool. Now I can just delete that. So you can see now I can put these next to each other. I might want to just tweak the size a little bit. This one's quite large, so I might actually even bring you down a little bit more. Maybe just a touch. Just a little bit. And this one as well. I might just bring you down to 80%. Just a touch. It will look pretty good. Let's just rename to that. Okay, cool. So now I've got these set up again. I can go make some new prefabs. So the models are good. Let's make prefabs. So I'm going to go to my ships. Astrica over at 1. So let's create Astrica 2. And Astrica 3. Create ship. So you are Astrica 2. Just give you that name. Astrica 2. You are currently free. Astrica 2. Theme. Astrica ship. The prefab doesn't exist yet. I need to make it. Hello, sir. Someone joined. There's a bit of lag, so I might not. It won't be real time. But hello, exploit. Good to see you, sir. As at the moment, I've just been adding a bunch of ships. So I'm kind of wiring them up. So you can see these are the new ships that I've got, and then I'm going to go and add in the new enemy. So there's still more content coming, but I'm just kind of running through what I do to just kind of wire this stuff up. Okay, so got ship. All right. Next step, I need to make the prefabs. So Astrica 2 there. Astrica 3 there. So I've now got these prefabs. I don't necessarily need, it doesn't matter too much if the transform's set to there, but let's zero you out anyway for the sake of just being tidy. So cool. Alright, so I've got you and you. So these prefabs are done now. So let's just go here and delete because I've got them. So I'm just going to finish wiring up these ships now. So you're good. Astrica 2, you just need your ship prefab. And Astrica 3, I haven't made the data object for it yet. New ship. Astrica 3. Cool. Alright, so I just need to now Astrica 3, 3 is free. Astrica 3. Cool, good to know. Set the theme to Astrica. If there's any stuff you want me to dig into, exploit, just let me know. Like one of the reasons I'm doing this is, like if someone is curious about why I'm doing something, I can dig into it and explain it a bit more. Alright, so ship prefab for Astrica 3. Okay, so there are the ships set up now. So let's go to my library, and you are now there, and you are now there. So if I've done everything right, it should just work. So let's have a look. Hit play. Going. Oh, cool. So I got my ship firing. Let's make sure that it's actually offset correctly. Yeah, positioning looks fine. So yeah, there's the other ships. So Astrica, I need to rename that. That one's 2. I might just quickly do that. So you should be named Astrica 3 till I can give you a better name. Okay. So let's have another look. I've done a bunch of stuff, exploit, but I'm going to upload all this to YouTube as well. So if you're curious and want to go back and just see me potter along, putting some of the other stuff together, it's going to be there. Alright, so Astrica 3. Alright, let's see how this looks. Oh, look at that bank. Look at that bank, so good. I love the banking. Yeah. Okay, cool. So getting them in was pretty easy. I can see, okay, so you can see a problem now. When it's banking, it's kind of like it's moving away from the muzzle flash, and that's because the sprite, the model itself isn't zeroed, so it's kind of rotating it, but not in the central pivot of the model. So I'm going to have to just do a little bit to adjust for that. So I'm going to just use cool. You go boom. So I'm just going to check this as well, because they might all have the same problem. Yeah, so you can see there as well, the banking is kind of not quite right. So that's all right. I just need to zero it out. So to do that, it's going to we'll grab Astrica 1. Okay, thanks, man. Yeah, I tried to particle the shit out of this thing. I'm looking at this thing top down at the moment, when actually I want to look at it from the side. So let's go to, so you can see here. So there's Astrica. Hold on. So if I rotate this, let's do this now. Hold on there. That's fine. Okay, no, well that's actually kind of working. So something is amiss. Because that rotation is fine. Okay, let's load it up and have a closer look at runtime. Let's figure out what the hell's going on. Okay. See, there it is. There's my ship. Alright, so let's pause. So you can see it's raised. It should actually be there, but for some reason it's not. The thrusters are there. Okay, so basically this, hold on, yeah, this should be, whoops, I'll get there, Z, there we go. This should be closer to here. If I rotate this along the Y, that's what the banking should be doing. So I'm just going to unpause it so we can see now it's sort of staying in place. So that's looking better. Where if I get rid of that manual offset that I did, which was that, for resume, it's now kind of doing a funny bank. So I just need to kind of go in and manually do that. So that's okay. I just need to figure out roughly what it is. It's going to be about there, about 17.5. Guesstimate. Yeah, ish. Call it 17. All right. So I just need to bring that in 17. And I'm going to need to do that to all of the models. So let's go into Astro 1. Let's bring you in 17. I'm just going to change the prefab directly. Astro 2, U, and Astro 3, U. All right. Hopefully that fixed it. Let's have a look. Cool. So I can already see that looks like it's lining up better. Yeah, that's better. So you can see now it's like it's getting that sweet bank on it. And when I explode, I won't be in front of the particles anymore. Like that's a better explosion. Okay, cool. This I'm not really happy with the has look at the black because all the bordering's lost and it just gets a bit messy. So if we change it to, oh, that's been. I need to fix that. All right. First off, let's see what the hell's going on there. All right, Africa. Let's pause. So I need to find. Oh, look. This is. You can see all the magic. Let's go to my UE here. All right. So this is where. Whoops. Let's do this. Whoop. It'll get there. Okay. So there's something going on with. Very sensitive, very sensitive. Astrica is sitting just behind. Okay, I need to push Astrica forward a little bit because it's kind of sitting behind this plate. So let's have a look at you, Astrica, to figure out what you should be. All right. Damn it, just select it. All right, there we go. So there we go, Astrica. So the model currently is sitting there. So yeah, if I brought it out, it just needs to come forward just a touch. Let's unpause it. Yeah, it's still acting pretty funny. Maybe Astrica was fine. Alright, let's get back to it for a second. So I'm going to get rid of that offset. Because that one might have been centered okay. So that's looking better. And let's make sure the banking's still right. Yeah, okay, so the first model was alright, it was just the other two ships needed a bit of a manual offset. But yeah, it's looking pretty cool. Okay, so the next step, bounce that guy up, is these are the old Atari 2600 models. So I want to replace them, and I need to complete this quest. I got 15 coins. Oh, and more coins! More coins! Still not quite enough to get my next gift. But I can watch a video and get a new mission. Hopefully that's how it makes money. Alright. So, I want to get in some enemies now. Now that I can figure in the theme. Though, before I start on that, I should check in. I never like working too much before saving and committing. Otherwise, there's too much work to lose if I screw it up. So, just look at what files I'm going to commit in. Oh, you've got an Atari 2600 plugged in? That's amazing. That's so cool. Alright, so let's check this in. So all looks good. Alright, so let's commit. So this was added 3 new ships. Let's commit that. And that can go. Okay, so while that's happening, now I want to get in a new enemy type. So that's going to be configured in the theme. before I do that, let's create the model. Or the prefab. So, to do that, let's models, enemies. Okay, I'm going to make a new folder. Right there. Okay, so let's go open that. If Cubicle is locked up again, which it does an awful lot of, that's right. Let's open it again. Okay, so open. So I want to grab the invader. Cool, I think this guy looks pretty rad. So this is going to replace the current invader. And there's going to be a few more of these, but for now they'll just be kind of this one. Right, so I'm going to make sure that it's centered. I believe it is. See, you can see here how it's kind of raised off the bottom. I just need to grab that matrix, because it should be centered, and pull it down. So this just means that when I import it, hey, another person, how you going, buddy? I'm just setting up, setting up basically this model here. So this is now centered in Cubicle, which means any rotation is going to be a bit easier. Cool. All right, so we got that bad boy. Let's export him out. So export as obj. It's working all right for me so far. I really should just pin this folder because I go to it a lot. Games, a game, assets. I did call you buddy. You're here. Yeah, you're watching me develop. I don't know why. Some people seem to like watching me do this. Okay, so models, enemies, Astrica. So this is going to be one of the Astrica invaders. So let's go Astrica Invader 1. So cool. Let's export that. Sure. Yeah, go for it. Okay. So I've got this enemy exported now. So first thing I need to do is, again, I've got my default, and I probably should change this. My default texture import is set to texture, but actually to sprite, sorry, but I want it to be a texture. I want it to be point, so it doesn't go blurry. Don't compress the damn thing, and apply. So that's just fix the import settings there. Then I want to change my shader to unlit texture color. Cool. What's this game about? I decided to just start streaming me doing it. This is what I do when I'm making the game. I'm just trying to, I don't know, talk it through as I do it. There's no real goal apart from if there's any other devs that are curious about why I'm doing something, I can talk about it more. Or if someone wants to know a bit more about game dev that's not a dev, I can kind of talk about it a bit more. But yeah, just sort of giving a insight into what the actual process is, because this is what I do when I'm making the video game. Okay, so I've got my texture in, I've got my material set up. So next step is I need to create a prefab, which is going to be instantiated for the enemies. So I'm just going to grab one of my invaders. Let's grab you. This is one of my Atari invaders, so let's just use this as a base, minimize this crap down. Cool, so you see my little invader there. What I'm going to do is just duplicate it. So duplicate you. So you are going to be Astrica Invader 1. And let's just go back to the front view and have a look over here, back to our 2D view. Okay, so there are the two invaders. My advice, if you want a job in game dev, is start making games, and then eventually you'll probably get a job. So to do that, go make a bunch of stuff. Yeah, if you ship things, people like that. Okay, so I've got my second ship here. I'm just going to break the prefab instance. Cool. If you've got a game, that's sweet. You should get as many people playing it as you can. You might release it free, or I don't know, something. Depends how easy it is to get onto maybe mobile or something like that. Alright. Is vampire fun? Vampires are quite fun. Okay, so let's look at the breakdown of this. So I've got my invader. This here is a model. I'll flick it on and off. And then I've got this game object here. When this is the item marker. So invaders can have items they drop, like power-ups and things like that. This game object is just like the spawn point of it. And sorry, the marker of it. So that's where it goes there. So all I really need to do is actually replace this with my Astro invader. So let's grab you and drag you in. Okay, so you see I need to rotate it, but that's okay. So let's rotate you 90 and then flip around. It's so grumpy. I'm just going to actually center it a little bit. It's way too big for what I've got, so let's bring you down. Like, it might take you like half. Might be, I don't know how well it's going to shrink down. Might need a bit of touching up on this, but let's turn you off. Yeah, you can see the details kind of lost there a bit. Make sure you're... Something's funny with that rotation as well. Something's going on there. Oh, also, let's get this front and center, get into 2D. All right, there we go. Looks a little better when I'm zoomed in, but you can see there's some of the details lost when I zoom out, and it actually needs to be a little bit smaller than that. But that's okay. This is why you put it in the game. It's really important when you're making art assets to getting you in the game as soon as possible, because you can see if they're going to work. It's really hard to tell when you're just kind of working on them. Alright, so let's delete you. I'm just going to rename that to Astrica there. Item marker can go there, that's fine. And apply. Uh-oh. I didn't actually want to do that. I wanted to make a new prefab. That's okay, because this is why we have source control. I'm going to break that prefab instance, go into source tree, see my invader prefab, and let's just discard those changes. There she is. Okay, got it back. So what I'm going to do is now create a new prefab from this, which is what I should have done in the first place. Go to my... where am I? Default. Where have I been putting all my invaders? Ships, themes, waves, prefabs, UE. I'll get there. Here. Okay, I've been making a new folder. Okay, create a new folder. Enemies. See here, you can see I've been doing that with these. So I'm going to make basically another one of these, but for the Astrica theme. So let's drag you in. So now I've got my new prefab made there. So let's get rid of these. Now I've created the prefabs. So now, where am I going? Okay, let's have a look. I haven't done this in a while, so I need to kind of like reference previous themes. Prefabs, invaders, yeah. So basically, I just need to go to my new theme here. You can see currently my own invader is the Atari one, and I'm going to replace it with the Astrica one. I'm also going to change the background color. I think the black things are lost a little bit, so let's add maybe 3 colors, potential colors for this theme. Generally they want to stay pretty dark, but let's go for like a dark blue around there. Maybe a slightly different dark blue. Or we can go like, I don't know, suggest the last color, and I'll put it in. I'm gonna go for maybe like a dark reddish color, and you guys can pick, or you ladies, you people can pick that last color, and I'll kind of set it to whatever. I'll leave it black for the moment. Okay, so let's see how this looks now. Waiting for a build. Okay, it chose black, but alright. So I'm going to jump to Astro 3. Let's have a look here. See, now I've got the blue. Oh, blue's looking nice. I like it. So let's now fight. Aha! So we can immediately see there's some problem with the size of these. So gonna have to basically work on them a little bit. It's got the spawn working. Oh, bounce up, bounce up. Oh god, that's only the new mothership. So let's just go and die. And cool. So you can actually, now that it's not a black background, you can see the layout of this a little bit more. Let's get some more coins. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's also go get a goddamn prize. Let's get my prize. What am I going to get? What am I going to get? What am I going to get? Oh, classic. Okay, let's go use that one. Cool. All right, so I've got kind of my ships in there now. Going back to the old Astro ones. God, boom, boom, boom. Getting all this stuff. Okay. Yeah, just die. Okay. Gone, boom. So that's gone up. Got some power-ups. Generally, I'm kind of happy with how this is looking at the moment. Okay, so I've got these new ships in. What else have I got to do today? Got my random in. I can just go random. Have any color suggestions? I can set one. Just let me know. I can set that color. Okay, so now I've added in that. Let's go commit. Yeah, Cubicle's pretty good. When it crashes, pink. Okay, all right, fine. Let's go with pink. Let's go back. It's gonna be a dark pink, but I can pink it up. So how about, because it kind of flashes white a little bit as well. So let's go around there. Okay, let's see how that looks. Okay, let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go pink. Fine. I might need to select ship a few times to make sure I get that random color, but let's see how we go. Well, that's the red. That's not the pink. That red's a little harsh, actually. Alright, let's change again. Well, it's kind of purple. I couldn't go as far as pink. Let's have a look, actually. So that's the current one. We can play with it. I mean, there's that. That's probably a little bit too far. That's the color of missing texture is generally what that signifies. But we can probably darken it up, like, you know, about there. I think that looks pretty nice. All right, I'm gonna go. Okay, so all right. I'll tweak the blue as well. So let's go with that for go to my Astro theme. So I'm gonna replace that because I think that looks pretty nice. So let's also go. Oh, it does look pretty nice. I like that. I'm going to play with that blue a little bit. So let's get the blue up. Might take a few goes because it's picked at random. Okay, so the blue, I like it. Just need to darken it up, I think. So let's pull it back a little bit. How about there? Yeah, kind of like that. Nice. I like how it kind of tints the stars a little bit, you know, like it looks kind of cool. So let's set that one in the blue. So it's darkened up. Now that red definitely needs to change. So let's try and get the red again. Let's do it a few goes till the random was picked at random, and then we'll darken it up. Okay, so that's too bright. So let's bring you down to like, I don't know, about there. I kind of like that. Cool. Okay, so let's go back to Astro theme and change that color to that. Q. Alright. Alright, so I'm going to check that in, because I'm pretty happy with that for like a first pass of getting in some content just as a bit of a test. So let's check that in. Look at all that game, all those files look sensible. Oh, cool. All right, added Astro enemy and tweaked the background colors. Yeah, Slug, there's a bit of a delay. Sorry. So it's a little hard for me to get kind of real-time feedback as I go, unfortunately. So I can go back and tweak it if you want me to kind of change it to a slightly different color. I just need to keep it dark. That's it. If it's too bright, then you can kind of lose some of the ships. Okay. So what now? I've done my retheming. I've got some new ships in, so artists can check it out and see what they are. I guess next step is I kind of need to do maybe an Android build, which is currently not working. You need to go fix the Android build. That's a pain in the ass. Let's just see what happens. All right, I've got it set to Android. Let's just see what happens when I try to run this thing. So let's go build settings. I need to set these or it won't build. Let's do a build. Let's just try this. And I'm pretty sure it's going to complain bitterly when I try to do the Android build. But we'll find out. I hope so, Slug. I hope you're famous. I hope to be famous one day. How many people have I got in here? Am I Twitch famous? Am I? There's 3 people. All right. Failed to repackage resources. See the console for more details. Probably, it's gonna be. Android can be such a pain in the ass to deploy to. So, well, deployment to any mobile can kind of be a bit of a pain in the ass. Let's try and figure out what the fuck's going on. Where's the error? Alright, let's pull this console up. Let's have a closer look. Detached console. That's what I want. Alright. That's a bit easier to read. So, standard error. Something about Unity ads. Files. Is it just something? Something. Tell me. Why did this break? Build error. Repackage failed. Extra packages. Standard error. Bunch of crap. Attributes already defined. Are they warnings? No, errors. Has this eaten my manifest? Let's have a look. You know how I move for 43k? Okay. Is that like a year? 43k a year? Okay, right, let's have a look at my manifest. How much do I cost? That is greatly depends. Greatly depends on the project. Greatly depends who the person hiring is. Greatly depends on if there's buy-in, that kind of stuff. There's not really one number. Okay, so I need to have a look in Android because I want to try and get this Android build going. Where do you go? God, editor? No. Where the hell is it? Can't remember. I've been talking for the last 3 hours. Manifest. Let's have a look at it. That is not what my manifest should look like. That looks very wrong. So, somewhere along the lines, my manifest has been destroyed. I think this is what's happening. So, let's go to view, sort by, I want to go for tree view. And I want to just look at can I just look at all the files, please? I don't want to just look at the freaking changes. Ugh, it's being a pain in the ass. Alright, and let's look for... don't do this to me, source tree. I just want to look at the history of this file. Alright, source tree. Source tree's exploded. Let's just close that. Come on, source tree. You can go away. Alright, let's do this the old-fashioned way. End task. Boom. Alright. Source tree. Okay. I want to find, in my working copy, Android manifest. Okay, here. I also want to, no, not do that. I want to, where can I look at the history of this thing? Log selected. Right. This looks wrong. So I am going to fix Android ads. Apparently I fixed it there. Okay. Alright, what I'm going to try to do, let's go back to Unity. If it is the Unity ads which are causing the problems, they've turned on. For Android, I'm going to turn them off. So let's just see what happens when I do that. So let's just make sure it still runs. Coming out in Android sometime after iOS. I'll probably go iOS first. That can make it more likely that you're going to get kind of love from Apple if you can say they're exclusive. And normally releasing on Android is kind of useless unless you have success on Apple. It's hard to. It's like basically success on iOS means people on Android know about you. So probably iOS first, with kind of Android not too far behind. I'm kind of developing them both at the same time. But yeah, that's basically the reason. So, okay, I'm just going to try this now. Let's go build. I've turned off ads. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Nope. Oh, damn it. Oh, okay. So this is a better error because I can see this one. Alright, so this is good. Okay. So the problem here is I've turned off ads, so is supported is currently doesn't exist. So what I want to do is actually modify this. So what the hell's that there for? That's a bug. I think that was weird. There was a return right at the top of that method. So I'm actually just going to comment this out entirely, and I'm just going to say, let's get rid of you. And I'm just going to. This is really to try and get Android going. If Unity iPhone, and if so, I basically only want to do this if I'm on. Oops, not there. If I'm on iPhone. And I'm just going to go if... do this. Yeah, let's get rid of that crap. So that should mean that it's on iPhone, I'll still initialize the ads, but on Android it's going to miss it. And I'm just going to here, so this will run. Do anything else. Return else. Return false. But it can't show any ads. Here, let's go if Unity iPhone else, and if just do callback. If callback not equal to null, callback false. This is just kind of test stuff, just to try and get the build going. So let's go back here. Should rebuild. Okay. Right, let's go build. Hopefully, fingers crossed, have more luck this time. Damn it. Why did you program me to feel pain? I just want to do the Android build. Alright, time to start deleting crap. Temp staging area, Android Play services. Training for the ride. No, I try to ride to and from work. That's sort of my training. That's like around 35k a day normally, like to and from. I'm trying, Slug. I really want to get this build going. And it's been a pain in the ass. So okay, I've turned off that. And it's still broken. I'm actually gonna turn it back on. Normally what I do when I hit this kind of Android problem is I basically delete all of the plugins and add them one at a time until the damn thing works again. So I'm going to revert this file. Come on, working copy. You can be trooper. What the fuck's going on there? Master? Uncommitted changes. Cool. What? There's a whole bunch of crap in here which shouldn't be there. Did I accidentally move a folder? Sometimes I do that. I think I accidentally moved something. Alright. Here's what I'm going to do, because some weird shit is going on. I'm going to, like... I just want to go back to my previous build. Let's just remove this. There's some weird shit going on. And let's revert this. Discard that. Yes. Apparently I deleted my git ignore file. That's not what I want to do. Oh god, what the hell happened to my repo? What have you done, source tree? God damn. Okay, come on. You don't tell me you've crashed again. Okay. Firstly, discard the git ignore. I definitely need that. Second, all these things, which apparently were added, which weren't really, select all those. Come on. And discard. Okay, yes, discard that. This is why we have source control. So when things go really wrong, you have the ability to go back. Yes. Okay. Pending. Discard. God, discard all the changes. Come on. Now, this is what people want to see. Me messing around with source control. And I've done some weird shit to make it really sad. Come on. Yes. Go away. Okay. Alright. I need to go back to this branch. I need to get back here. Okay. This here, this uncommitted changes thing, all needs to go away. So what I might do, actually, save myself a lot of headaches right now, is I'm going to swap to this build. Hold on. Can I just... Alright, I know what I'll do. I'm going to go select all this. This will solve my problem. And I'm going to go stash. And I am not going to keep those stage changes. Okay. I am now back to where I was. Good. Whew, that was weird. Okay, let's get back here. Okay, so to get Android going, what do I need to do? I need to probably just start deleting plugins, and hopefully it starts working. Okay, and wait for this to re-import. Anyone have any questions about game dev while I'm doing this? While I'm just waiting for this crap to re-import? Just let me know. Post them in chat. Any questions about stuff, and I can answer them. Going, getting there. I probably did something really dumb, like it deleted the entire repo. But good old source control. It doesn't let the team down. If you don't use source control for your game dev, you really should. Bitbucket is completely free. Re-importing all the things, because I'm pretty sure I deleted everything like an idiot. Come on. Import all the assets. You can do it. I'm holding on so much. Loading. Doing a loading. How do I update my game? So I use a couple of different services. If for Android, you sign up as a Google Play developer, and then they basically have a pipeline for having a alpha version of your game, a beta version of your game, and then a production version of your game. And so you have a bunch of users who are attached to one of those lists. So you can have alpha users, beta users, and then just your end users when it's out there. So in the case of Android, if you want to update your game, you do a build, which I'm trying to do at the moment. Then you go to the Google Play website, and then you upload the new APK. So normally what you do is you upload the new version to alpha first, you have your alpha users test it, then when that's done, you promote the build to beta, have your beta users test it, and then when that's done, you can go to production. If you want to, you can just push it straight to production. But normally, you go through some testing before you get there. Also, I need to make sure this still works. So let's open up my console again, because I kind of dragged that off. Let's clear you. So make sure I've still got a game. Hit play. Hopefully it still will load properly. I'm just going to check this. Cool. Yeah, right. We can see it's. Thank you, source control. So that's for if you're doing Android. If it's iOS, it's a different process. You have to actually be approved by Apple for the update to go out. So there's still this service called TestFlight, which you can use to test with different users before you release. So normally what you do is you do the build on your MacBook. You then push the build to the Apple servers. It goes through an approval process, and then you release it. And that approval process can take a week, 2 weeks, a month, depending on the time of the year. Normally, it's about a week before you can push it out. So that's how that works. Steam, I haven't done a lot of Steam. I've got one game on Steam, but we haven't really done much updating on it because the project basically didn't make any money and died. But Steam, you kind of do another build and then upload it to their service, and then it's kind of pushed out. So there's like this suite of tools, like behind the scene dev tools you can get for Steam, which will let you upload your builds and things like that. The process isn't that bad, but each of them is pretty different. There's so much support out there. The game is Tail Drift on Steam if you want to do it. I don't recommend buying it because it's in early access and we don't have the money to keep funding it. We're actually kind of waiting, hopefully, to make it just completely free soon. If you want to play Tail Drift, you can also just grab it on Android if you want to play something else that I've made. Okay, so... Right, where was I? I have my thing back. I'm desperately trying to get this Android build happening. So what I might do is keep social. Let's just start nuking plugins. So let's get rid of. Well, Unity ads shouldn't need to be there because that should be pulled down with. Let's just delete you. Unity ads shouldn't need to be there. Let's try Google Ads, Play Service ads. Yeah, Unity 4.6 support. Nothing in there. Okay. Let's just do another build. Let's see if deleting that folder gets rid of it. So oh, okay. It needs to sign it. Of course you do. Come on, player settings. You can open. Eventually. Select that. Oh, they're there. Okay. Okay, build. I don't think this is going to work, but I'm just going to try it. The thing with trying to get mobile builds going is it can turn into like a half-day job or full-day job pretty easily. Just because you can see from the errors that I get back, it's pretty, like it doesn't really tell you much. Yes. Doesn't tell you too much. So if I drag this out, get out, don't dock. I have another close look at it. See if I can figure out exactly what the hell's going on. So these are identical. See console for details. So, stepping through it. Failed repackage resources, see console for details. Okay. Android manifest, blah. Try to pull those in. Standard error. So do all that crap. Standard error. Play services. Okay. It could actually be, I've had this happen before, play services is in there twice. So let's just have a look in here, because potentially Google Play services. This here? I'm going to try this. Yes. Just delete that. Alright. Twitter plugin. Let's look through some of these. Well, no, not finding that. Okay. So, let's try this again. Nope. Okay. Still the same. Standard error. Okay, so already been defined. Google Play based services. So what could be going on here is these Play services are actually being included twice. So I'm just going to get rid of them. Okay, let's try this again. Doing the build, doing the build. Well, I got further. That's good. Oh, okay. I'll convert to DeX format slightly further. I've had this error too. So let's close you down. So I'm going to clear it because there was a whole bunch. It's kind of polluted. So let's do this one more time. This is the... That's alright, man. You don't have to like it. That's okay. You can not like Taildrift. I know, that's fine. You can not like it. Okay. So, let's have a look here. So, already defined, already added. Okay. Accessibility service. Is that in there more than once? Okay. It might be this. Could be this. I'm actually just gonna... Let's do it. Let's do it. This is working for me okay so far. Alright. Build. Go. Come on. Give me that sweet APK. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Go into Dex. Come on. Get past it. Oh, yes! I think it worked. No! Oh, so close! So close. Oh, okay. This one I can fix. This one, I know. Browse key store. You just need to be Android key store. I'm pretty sure that's it. Source, shitty space. Game, Android. It's pretty sure that actually exists. I'm pretty sure. Let's check that folder. Okay, it's not. Doesn't exist. Okay, good. One more go. I think this is gonna work. I got a good feeling. Got a good feeling about this APK. If this works, then I have my Android build happening again, and I got my iOS build happening because I got a new MacBook, and then all is well. Huzzah! Come on. And yes, building target. You can do it. Creating APK. Yes! Oh yeah, right there. Boom, boom. APK is there. Haha. So now I've done fighting that battle. I go to source control and I check that in with fixed Android. Okay, so basically there's a bunch of extra crap that came in that shouldn't have been there. You also should be ignored. Don't include APKs. Okay. Commit. Built APK. Hooray! Push it. Cool. Alright. Got my Android build going. Got some new art. Got some stuff. I can send the build to an artist. You know, that's cool. That's cool. Alright. I think I'm actually going to wrap it up there. I've managed to get pretty much what I wanted to get done today. Though I will just have another. Because I like, what I do is when I'm done making it is I just look at it for a while and go, yeah, I'm pretty happy. I got some stuff done. You know, there's things in here. I got some new ships. I got some new art. I got sharing kind of not working because I need to fix that. But, you know, I got ships. And I'm going to go Astro 1. Let's get a little shooty. That ship probably might need some updating, but we'll see. And then I die. And then all this stuff comes in. You want to earn some coins? Do I? Oh, have some coins. I get a lead board, sharing some stuff. Cool. Alright. Even that thing fits in. It's looking better. Looking a lot better. Go onto my thing. Not there. Go into there. Whoa, yeah, mission screen. Okay, alright, so I am going to call it there. I do these things, I don't know, I've been trying to do them like normally weekend. What I do when I'm about to start coding is I just kind of go to Twitter and tweet it. Say, hey, I'm going to start soon. So if you want to know, you know, when I'm going to do it, if you want to watch the next video, follow me on Twitter. You can subscribe, follow, however the fuck Twitch works. I don't know, this whole Twitch thing's new to me. Also, I'm going to try and get this video uploaded to YouTube as well, all 3 hours of me rambling or whatever the hell it ends up being. So thank you for tuning in. Hopefully it was interesting, and I'll follow and stuff will happen if you want to know what's going on with this game. Oh yeah, also, thanks Exploit. If you want to watch me live and see my pretty face, you can watch 8.5-Bit Live, which is sort of like a weekly show where I talk with a couple of friends about video games and stuff. This week, spoiler, we'll be talking about Witness, because I've been playing an awful lot of Witness this week. So yeah, you can, if you want to see what that is, just go to the Twitch page. You'll see at the bottom, there'll be a list of stuff that I do. One of them 8.5-bit. Come in, join, watch. You can chat to us when we do that stuff. I have water thrown at me. All kinds of crazy shit happens. Follow me on Twitter. Whatever, I'm done rambling. Okay, thank you very much for everyone who has watched, and I'll see people